This episode of Logan Chopped Reviews is sponsored in part by Ion Games. It's in our nature. The Giveaway Geek. The Getting Geeky with Game Relief podcast. Hello everyone, Logan here, and this is our preview for Battle Bosses. Got the little rulebook pamphlet here. Of course, in the game, everything will be official. This is just paper stapled together. But it's Battle Bosses. Game's coming to Kickstarter on August 14th. By the time you see this, I think it'll actually already be launched. Remember that everything that you see in our preview is a prototype. It's not indicative of the final pieces. Just like, let me show you some of the stuff I got for the bosses here. In the playthrough, you'll be seeing that I'll be playing Grakthar. You see his picture there. This is a cardboard standee, but in the game that you'll get on Kickstarter, this will actually be a collectible boss figure. But for the prototype, it's just it's a cardboard standee. That's some really good artwork you got right there. So you'll get a cardboard standee for your boss, or I got a cardboard standee. You'll get a collectible figure. You'll be getting 8 miniatures for the minions. You can see I've just got tiles here. This one is the goblin. Let's see. I've got 8 of those, but these will actually be miniatures in the Kickstarter. And then you'll come with it comes with a set of dice. You'll have 4 regular dice and 2 special dice. You can see these just have a little sticker stuck on the side of them with the symbols, which we'll go over later. There's 3 different symbols on the dice. During your turn, you will actually roll the 4 regular dice, but some cards actually let you bring your special dice into play. So we're going to set those there for you. In the game, for each boss, you'll get a set of 28 cards, which we'll go through in a minute, but you'll get a boss card that's like this for your boss that you'll have out in front of you. That shows his health and has a name on there. It says the Grakthar boss. Has a little ability right there, usually a move ability, and then another ability to do something. It has an ultimate ability on the bottom. You can see Grakthar right here. Says I can pay 1 energy to move Grakthar 1 spot. I can pay 3, discard a card, deal 2 damage to an enemy boss that's in the same space as Grakthar. And that's what that little blue symbol here is. It's the energy symbol. It's what you'll be generating whenever you roll the dice. You can see like right here, it's got 2 energy symbols. If that comes up, I will get 2 energy tokens. And he's got his ultimate ability down there, Rampage. Pay 8 energy, deal 1 damage to an enemy boss for each crystal they have, then destroy those crystals. Let me see, it's a nice little thick cardboard square there. I'm not sure exactly what they'll have in the final game, if it'll be just a regular card or not. You also get one of those for the minions. Let's see, Goblin reference card. You can see minions. All the minions have 1 health because whenever they battle, they die. If they come in contact with another minion on a space, they'll die because they deal 1 damage. If they come in contact with a boss on a space or an enemy's boss, they'll deal 1 damage to the enemy. But they've got little abilities too. Like you see right here, you pay 1 energy. You can move any number of goblins on that space to one other space that's adjacent to it. And another ability that says you pay 2 energy, you make a goblin in Grakthar's space. So that's how you generate your minions. So you get these cards here, reference cards for the boss and the minions. But then you get a deck of 28 cards. I've actually got some over here that we're going to show you right now. There's 2 different types of cards in the game. There are effect cards and there are upgrade cards. So you can see the effect cards are laid out where this is how much crystals it costs to play the card. And the crystals are the other symbols that are on the dice. You can see it right there in black, little crystal symbol. So you can see this one, Berserk right here, costs 4 crystals. It says it's an effect, and it tells you you gain 4 energy. So if you play this card, you'll gain 4 energy. So you'll take 4 energy tokens from the token supply. Another effect card that Grakthar has is Raid Crew. It costs 3. And you can say make 2 goblins and take 1 crystal. So you'll take a crystal from the energy supply and put 2 goblin tokens on the board. I'm sorry, I should say goblin minions. They're not minions. Tokens are something completely different in the game. So, some stuff, some bosses and minions might generate tokens. These are not tokens. These are minions, which count as units. They're not tokens. Tokens are something completely different. So you would make 2 goblin units and take 1 crystal. So there's upgrade cards. One thing about effects, when effects are played, they do something and then they go to your discard pile right away. You do the effects, you do it, it goes to your discards. Now, upgrades actually stay in play when you play an upgrade. Like this one right here, Cheering Squad. It costs 2 crystals. It says it's an upgrade. And it tells you, it gives you another ability. You pay 2 energy, and you can move Grakthar up to 1 space for each of your goblins. So that's actually really good. It comes in, it stays on the board, and it's always available to you to do. You see this one right here costs 5 crystals. It's called Bone Earrings. And you can see it says, as long as you have more crystals than your opponent, you get to roll an additional die. So that's where that comes in. You have your 4 usual dice that you roll, your normal dice. And if this is in play, you'll get to roll 1 additional die. So you take one of your special dice, place it with your other dice, and you'll roll them at the beginning of your turn. There's also another kind of upgrade. It's not really a third kind of card, but there's special upgrades right here. You can see this one as a promotion. This counts for your minions. Your minions get an upgrade rather than just an upgrade for your boss. Like this one, it says you pay 0 energy and then sack a goblin. You see the additional cost is there in the blue line. You'll sack a goblin and you heal 1 damage from Grakthar. So whenever you take damage on your bosses, not your minions, because your minions, if they take damage, they die right away, having 1 health. You will use these damage tokens right here. I'm not sure if these will be what the final product looks like in the game, but these are the ones in the prototype. You've got your 1 triangles, you got your 3 triangles, and you've got your 5 triangles showing the different amounts of damage. And you just put them on your boss. If Grakthar was take 1 damage, 1 there, and you can switch off. You can make change whenever you heal. Oh, I got 5 on there. Oh, I'll heal 2 damage. Okay, now I have 3 damage on me. So you've got these damage tokens for the game right there. I'll only put the rest of the cards over here for the deck. Speaking of tokens, oh, there's another damage token. You'll have your energy tokens like we were talking about. They've got the little blue swirly symbol on them showing that they are energy. And you'll also have different crystal tokens in different denominations. Energies are always in 1 denomination, but the crystals, they have like 1s, 2s, and 3s. You see it's got a 3 there right in the middle in yellow. Same with the 1 and the 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're like that. The third symbol that comes up on the dice, you can see it right here in the bottom corner, is a little die with like a POW, like a blast symbol around it. That is the overload symbol, that whenever you're rolling your dice on your turn, at the beginning of your turn, if you roll one of them, you'll get the resources that's on the die, as well as your other die, but then you'll get to re-roll that 1 die that has the overload symbol on it. So after I collect my resources, I'll re-roll that die. Oh, I get another crystal because another one came up. So those are your 3 different symbols on your dice. Each set for the bosses also comes with a set of tiles, and the rulebook shows you how to lay these out, and you'll see it in our playthrough also. These tiles are almost all the same. Some of them have different pictures on them. You see these have like a smoking campfire on them, and they're double-sided too. So got the same picture on the other side. But some of them, like this one, has an X path on it, and you'll lay them out in a certain pattern. But these all come with the bosses in the set, other than these energy and crystal tokens right there. They don't come per boss. So you get the boss, which will actually be a figurine. You'll get a collectible figurine. You'll get your 8 miniatures right there. Your set of 4 regular dice. Your set of 2 special dice. Your reference card for your boss and your minion. And then your 28 card deck. And your 9 tiles for your spaces. They come in a set with the boss. This is all the stuff for Grakthar. We've got all the stuff for Cthulhu, which is who Gothy will be running. So let's go ahead and get to the gameplay. Okay, and here we have our tiles on the board all set up. My 9, and then Gothy's 9 over there for Cthulhu. We've got our little standees are placed. Whenever you place them at the beginning of the game, they are placed on the opposite ends from each other, closest to the players. We all start with 5 cards in our hand. So let's go ahead and draw our 5 cards. All right. And then we are ready to begin. So the first player in the game is only going to roll 3 of their regular dice. And then it'll be 4 dice from then on. And play basically goes that you roll your dice, you collect your resources, and then you play cards from your hand or activate abilities on your cards if they're in play, or your bosses and minions. So, rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3. Aha! I win. Yeah, I got rock. Okay, so since I'm starting, I will roll my 3 dice. Looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 energy tokens. And it also should be noted that at the end of your turn, any energy tokens that you have disappear. But any crystal tokens that you still have left over that you do not use on your turn, they stay with you till the next turn. That way you can build them up to play higher and higher costing cards. So I have 4 energy tokens. I'll put those right there. I generate 1 crystal, and then I have an overload symbol on this die. So I will roll it, and it gives me 2 more energy crystals, like so. So my dice rolling is done for generating my resources. Let's go ahead and check out what cards I have here. And all right. So for my first card playing, I'm going to play a card called Raid Crew. It costs 3 crystals to play. There goes that. And it lets me make 2 goblins and get 1 crystal. So whenever you make your minions, they go on the same space as your boss. And then I get to take 1 crystal. Yay. See if there's anything else I want to play. No other cards. But let me start generating some more minions here. It costs me 2 energy to make a goblin in Grakthar's space. So 2 energy, and I will make another goblin. And then I'm going to go ahead and pay 1 to move any number of goblins in one space to an adjacent space. So I'm going to move all 3 of these goblins here. I'm going to go ahead and move them 1 spot over this way. And then I'm going to pay 1 to move Grakthar 1 spot. I'm going to move him here. And then I'm ending my turn. At the end of your turn, you lose any energy. Like I said before, I don't have any energy left over. I spent it all. But you keep your crystal, so I'll keep my 1 crystal. And you draw back up to your hand of 5. So I will draw 1 card. And play will continue with Gothy while I look at my cards.
So I got 3 crystals, 2 energy, and 2 overload. So 2, 3, 2, and 3 crystals. So let's take 3. And I get to reroll these 2. So I get 3 more energy.
Nice. It's a nice stack of energy you got going on.
And another overload.
Another overload. Yep. If you keep getting overloads, you just keep re-rolling that dice after you gather whatever resources are on there, and you re-roll the die again. Re-roll as long as you keep getting that overload on there.
So I'm going to play an upgrade card called the Storm for 5 crystals. And it says, whenever you play an effect, do 1 damage to a boss.
Hate that card.
And then I'm just going to generate some zombies. So there's 1. And I'll make another. 1. And move or pay 1 to move these guys this way. And then search. Oh wait, I gotta draw.
Yep, go ahead and draw back up. Okay. Roll my 4 dice. Okay, let's see. I have a total of 4 energy. So 4 energy and 2 crystals and an overload. So 2 crystals. Let me re-roll that energy die here. Or re-roll the die. Oh, another energy and another re-roll. Okay. Lastly, 2 energy. Alright, so what do I have? A total of 7 energy and 3 crystals. Okay. I'm going to spend 1 crystal to play a card called Leap. It's an effect that move Grakthar up to 2 spaces. So let's go 1 and 2 right there. Okay. Then I'm going to drop a bunch of enemies. Let me see. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 2 goblins in Grakthar's space. So let's see. 2 goblins right there. I'll spend 1 energy to move the goblins. Those 2 goblins in 1 space there. 1 more energy to move the goblins right here. And then my last energy to move Grakthar back 1 space right there. Now, how battle is handled is if any enemies are in Grakthar's space, or in an enemy space, sorry. If any of your minions are in an enemy space, at the end of your turn, they do damage to the enemy on a 1-for-1 basis. So 1 goblin will deal 1 damage, the other goblin will deal another damage, but then they get destroyed themselves and they go back to your supply. Now, if there were any minions that were in their spots, let's say Gothy had a zombie in that spot, they take out the minions first, then they do the damage to the boss. So this one would do 1 damage killing off one of her zombies, and then this one would only do 1 damage to her boss. If any bosses are, if your boss moves into another boss's space, let's say I had it like this, at the end of the turn, I would deal 1 damage to her boss, unless something else let me do another damage. What's back here, correct? Yes. Alright. We've got 2 energy left over, and I have 4 cards, so I draw 1 and pass turn to you, Gothy.
7 energy.
Oh, nice. Keep getting a lot of energy.
Wish that was true in real life.
There we go.
1 energy or 1 gem. Jewel.
Crystal.
One of those things.
You're gonna go through all the different stuff. 1 jade. 1 formica.
It looks kind of like onyx.
It's kind of like a coffin.
Maybe
coffin, because it's gonna be your death, Cthulhu.
Okay. So I don't have anything in my hand that's only for 1 crystal. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of zombies.
Let's
see.
It's 2 for each of your zombies, correct?
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna spend 6 to put 3 out. Plop, plop, plop. And then I'm gonna pay 1 to have them move 1 space. And then I don't need to draw up because I didn't play any cards.
No, and I also didn't play any effects.
Not yet.
Okay, beginning my turn. I'll go ahead and roll my dice. Oh, nice. Okay, I generated 7 energy myself. No crystals yet, but I do have an overload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy. And let me re-roll that overload. Oh, another energy. Oh, I got 8 now, so ha ha ha. Got no crystals, so cards for 2 crystals. Let's see. What do I want to do?
Say pass.
No passing. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to drop 4 energy to make 2 goblins right there. I'm going to spend 1 energy to move these 3 goblins here to that spot there. And then I'll spend 1 energy to move all 5 of these goblins to that spot. And then spend another energy to move them to that to the spot with your minions right there. And I still have 1 energy left over. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to spend 1 crystal. So I have 1 change to play an effect called Pillage. So whenever you destroy an enemy minion this turn, you gain 1 crystal. So let's see. You have how many there?
3.
Okay. So boom, boom, boom. 3 of your minions. And that's how minion combat goes also. Minions are on a 1-for-1 basis. They kill each other and destroy. So since I destroyed 3 of your zombies, I gain 3 crystals. Oh, yeah. I am going to go ahead and, yeah, because these are still right there. And I have 4 crystals now. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to use these 4 crystals that I have. I'm going to play a card, Berserk, gain 4 energy. An effect. Berserk. I'm going to gain 4 energy right there. And I am going to use, I'm going to use the 4 I just got right there to make 2 goblins for Grakthar. And this last energy of mine right there to move my 2 goblins over here, 1 spot there with Cthulhu. So at the end of my turn, they will deal him 2 damage. And they die and come back to my supply. Now I have 3 cards in my hand, so I'll need to draw 2 to refill my hand. And pass turn to you.
Okay, so I've got 6 crystals.
Oh, nice.
And 1 energy. So I'm trying to think of.
Go ahead. I should say about now, even though we're not going to get all the way through to the end of the game, but this is how basic gameplay goes until one or the other bosses are dead. So far, I got 4 damage on Cthulhu, who starts out with 15 max health, and I have 16 on Grakthar. So far, she's 4 damage down. So about a quarter of the way. But yeah, go ahead, do something.
I'm gonna pay 3 crystals.
Uh-huh.
To play an effect called Drain.
Drain.
It says deal 2 damage to an enemy boss and heal 2 damage to Cthulhu.
Oh.
So you were saying?
Okay, so 2 damage to me. I'll take my damage counters and put them on Grakthar right there.
And since I played an effect, you get to take another damage.
Oh, that's right, because of your upgrade, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and you'll heal 2 damage. Or you heal, 2. I saw that 3. You tried to heal 3 damage. I saw that. I don't think I didn't see that. Gothy cheats.
This is why math is good, right? I'm not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I had a brain fart.
Okay.
That's what happens when you're in your late 30s.
Here we go. Go ahead and finish taking your turn, and then we'll go ahead and get to the review.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to play Horde, which is two crystals. It says destroy up to 2 enemy minions in the same space and get 1 crystal. So
okay, so you destroy my 2 goblins there. And is that an effect?
yes, sir.
Right, so that means I take 1 more damage.
Yep.
So I am now at 4 damage. I'm missing a quarter of my life.
And then...
No, and then.
and then I'm gonna play another upgrade called Necronomicon.
Oh, the Necronomicon.
For 3 crystals.
What's that one do?
So I could pay 2 energy to says you may play an effect card in your discard pile, paying the cost as normal. Then put that card on the bottom of your deck.
Oh, okay. And so you've got to pay the 2 from the upgrade plus the cost of the card.
Yes.
Right. All right. So you got 1 energy left.
So I'm gonna pay the 1 energy to move these 2 guys here.
1 step closer. All right. All right. So this is Battle Bosses. Me and Gothi are going to keep battling it out until we see who wins between Grakthar and Cthulhu. So let's go ahead and get to the review. Battle Bosses is a great competitive collectible miniature card game. From what I've seen, the miniatures are looking great. I know we don't have them for the video, but you know, from what I've seen from different websites and everything, look good. They got 6 characters that are starting out, 6 bosses that you can get at the beginning. Not only Cthulhu and Grakthar, but there's also like Doxplosion, Mechabot, and there's 2 others. They're all on the website. You can check them out, www.battlebosses.com. It'll redirect you to their main page of Kess.co, I think it is. And it's great. The cards are great. The illustrations are all wonderful. It's a fun time. Me and Gothi had a great time playing it. She had a great time whipping my butt. So I say go ahead and check it out. It's on Kickstarter. Just to let you know, right now I know in the gameplay you saw that it was a 1 versus 1, and that's how it's set up. But there is also, I got my notes right here, there's a 3 to 4 player free-for-all mode where you can get together with 2 other players, or up to 2 other players, and play. There's also going to be a 4 to 6 player team arena mode. So I guess when you're teaming up to go out there and beat up all the guys, that'd be wonderful. We gotta see what that's like. Get our friends together, everything. And also, as a stretch goal, there's going to be a single player mode. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to run yet. I haven't seen the Kickstarter as of recording time, but this video will be up after the Kickstarter's launch, and we'll put the link in the description. So go ahead and make sure that you check it out. We really enjoyed it. You know, the cards are great, the gameplay is great, you know, with the rolling dice. It's mostly resource management. You get your resources, you pay to play your cards, you pay for your abilities, you get your minions out there, and you just go and overrun the other bosses. So go ahead and check it out. I'm Logan for Logan Chops Reviews. We'll see you next time. Happy gaming.